So I've been wondering something. If I was able to peek deep inside of your heart right now, able to go all the way into your heart and see where you really stand with everything, where your heart really lies, would I see a beautiful garden planting all these amazing trees and plants and everything blooming and the sun is shining, all that stuff? Or would I see a whole bunch of weeds, a whole bunch of things that are disgusting, a whole bunch of insects up in there trying to get at these plants? And I'm not saying it to judge, I'm not saying it to do anything like that, but I think we all forget that our heart and our soul and the fruits that our heart provides is actually something that we have to tend to, something that we have to grow, continually tend to, so that it can continue to make better and better fruits. Now, the reason I bring this up is because yesterday on a live stream, I was reading out some verses, and the main passage that we talked about in that live stream was the fruit of the Spirit. The fruit of the Spirit, but it was also contrasted with the fruit of the flesh. So the fruit of the flesh is a whole bunch of bad, nasty things that you don't want: anger, resentment, all that stuff. We know it. We know the feeling when we are leading into our flesh, and then all of a sudden everything starts to feel disgusting. We start to look at everybody disgusting. We start to get angry a little bit faster. And then it contrasted with the fruit of the Spirit: love, joy, peace, hope, all that stuff, man. All this good stuff that God promises us. And when you start to tend towards that spirit, tend towards being able to love, being able to do all that stuff, getting closer to God, all of a sudden the fruits that we produce, that we push out, are better. They are the love, the joy, the hope, and the peace. But I think a lot of the times we forget that our heart is actually something that we have to tend to. So look, my mother has a garden in the backyard, and it wasn't always the best. You know, she had to get used to being able to tend to it. She had to get used to being able to put certain nutrition in there, how much does she need to water it every time. She had to get used to how much sun every single plant needed. And you know, at first, the plants were dying very fast, or none of them were bearing any fruit. Nothing was happening. Nothing was coming out of these plants that she had spent all this time on. And it can be frustrating. But then she started to dive into it. How can I tend to this better? How can I actually help these fruits help them produce better fruit? And all of a sudden she starts paying attention to it. She starts looking at it. You know, it's a long process. It's not something that's super easy. But you would go and see, okay, this is doing a little bit better. This is what I need to adjust. Boom, boom, bam. And all of a sudden you have some beautiful fruits that are blooming out there right now. You have some beautiful plants that have come out of that, man. So what if we started treating our heart like that, man? What if we started treating our heart as something that could actually bear fruit, which is that love, peace, joy, all those good feelings that we love every single day, if we continue to tend to it? Now, for every single one of us, we're going to need to tend to it how our heart needs it. You know, it could be, for me, it's reading my Bible. For me, it's praying. For me, it's trying to get closer to God in any way that I can. But for y'all, what do you think right now that you currently do? What do you think that you've done in the past that actually bears the best fruits for you? That makes you feel happy, that makes you feel close to the Lord, makes you feel that love for everybody in the world. Because then you can start to continue to do that over and over. And if right now you got a whole bunch of weeds in your heart and you just don't feel very optimistic, very positive, anything like that, then maybe you could just start to change out the soil, change out the little things in your heart, change out ways that you're treating your heart on a day-to-day basis. I just want to share this with you guys. Let me know how you're currently treating your heart. Let me know where your heart currently stands down in the comment below. I love you guys. Hope you have an amazing day. Talk to you in the comments. Peace.